Tenna has really helped us sort of up our game as far as preventative maintenance is concerned, based on our ability to really monitor upcoming preventative maintenance activities based on either usage or hours on the machine in a way that we weren't capable of doing before.
The most valuable feature, I believe, is us being able to do our preventative maintenance. Any of our maintenance, we get notified that it's coming up and it's due for scheduling.
Tenna is elaborative because it allows the back office, it allows superintendents, foremen, mechanics, and executives to all collaborate on one platform, whether it be financial information or maintenance information. It allows everyone in the organization to use the software to manage your most expensive aspect of your business, which is heavy equipment. The maintenance aspect of Tenna is the most extensive part of the platform. It allows mechanics and work orders to be created on the fly. That seamless integration for the field allows for the ease of use for our mechanics. Our mechanics love the app. It allows them to see where the equipment is, so they're not having to pick up the phone and call and say, hey, where is this piece of equipment? And they kind of have an idea of what's wrong with the equipment with the pictures feature, so they can see the description and pictures of what's wrong, so they know what they're getting themselves into when they show up to the job site. And our field folks like it because they're able to submit a request and know it's going to get handled because it's sitting in the queue.
We use the maintenance feature by setting up our reminders and upcoming inspections. If we've got oil changes coming in, we put those in as well to set reminders so that I can be notified to let the mechanics know whether it's changing a tire, doing an oil change. One of the things we're trying to implement would be that the field is going to start adding the requests through there. As of now, what's happening is I'll get either a text or a phone call request, or I get the physical paper DVIR and I enter it that way. But having access to track all of our maintenance is very, very beneficial. Preventative maintenance has reduced a lot of our downtime, a lot of our employee issues, complaints, because their trucks are working when they go out, as opposed to calling in the middle of the night when the truck goes down and we're trying to scramble to fix it or swap them out.
Our biggest problem before Tenna was keeping track of when we did the maintenance with the hours correlated to it, and then also having the guys in the field be able to send us a request to do the maintenance instead of us finding it out a little bit further down the line. We have anywhere from 40 to 1,000 hour maintenance requirements on some of our very technical rigs, and I think we were missing a lot of the smaller ones that helped for preventative maintenance. What I like best about Tenna is the maintenance aspect. Again, I think it is really helpful for us because it allows us to make sure that we do all of our maintenance requests, whether it's from 40 hour to 1,000 hour, and keep track of the hours along with it and help us pretty much with preventative damages to our equipment that take a lot of beating. I would say we save money in preventative maintenance, so we're able to get things on time, and down the road parts aren't breaking down as fast. One unexpected benefit was for our tooling. We have hammers and drill rotaries that go along with our machines, and it's very hard to stay up with maintenance on those, and it actually was pretty easy for us to correlate that straight into the Tenna feature.
With us, we have both the chassis and the body system, which requires us to track two separate maintenance intervals on each piece of equipment. So that was a big challenge for us, finding a provider that could track both and then show it under one name on their app or on their website. Tenna was the only one that reached out and said, we can make this happen, we can make it work.
Tenna solves several pain points for us in the shop. The longevity of the equipment, it helps us stay on top of all the maintenance, and we see longer life, more hours, more miles out of all of our equipment. We see more uptime than downtime because we're able to catch issues way before they become an issue. Primarily on our turnkey side, we're able to find out which customers are running the trucks more, which customers are having more idle time and not using the body side, so we can get a better outlook of what condition the truck will be in when it comes back, and we can finally put our eyes back on it. The cost savings in making dead runs to go out to look at units. In the past, we've had to go out and chase units down just to get the hours and miles off of them, just to look and see if it's a check engine light or if it's just a maintenance light that the operator is calling a check engine light. We can pull all that from the office. I can pull it anywhere during my travels from my cell phone. I've got my whole team set up to pull it, so a lot of times the operator will call somebody on my team. They can sit down, pull it directly from their phone while they're in the middle of a job working for another customer. We are definitely saving on cost to get the service truck to go. I've got some units that's upwards of 5 hours away one direction, and the cost factor in taking a mechanic, taking a service truck, taking all the fuel, especially with the high fuel prices right now, and sending them all the way down there with one task in mind of, is this a check engine light? Is this just a maintenance light? Is this a hot exhaust light? I can pull all of that from Tenna sitting at my desk. That saves us hotel rooms, that saves us the fuel, that saves us the time. When you lose that time, when you lose, you know, if it's a 5 hour one direction, that's a 2-day trip. You can never get that 2 days back. So if we can get ahead of that and stop that 2-day trip, then we're 2 days ahead in my book. So with the Tenna Fleet Tracker and Tenna Mini plug-in, we can track the body and the chassis side. Whenever there is maintenance needed, it does come up. If you pull the truck up on it by itself, it'll come up with a red wrench stating that there's maintenance needed. I can go in and I can pull all the maintenance history on the truck, live view right here as it sits. This truck here is actually showing to have a check engine light on, so I can pull the check engine light, see exactly what the check engine light is for. The body side tracker we can pull and do basically the same features minus the check engine light. Our bodies do not have check engine lights.
You get a couple of key players, a couple of the main supervisors who are willing to listen and learn and try new things out. And they are the ones who started putting a couple of maintenance requests in. And they started to realize how quick and easy it was that they could put the requests in and get responses back from the maintenance team. And even if they didn't get an immediate repair of the request that they had, it's on file and noted, so it doesn't get lost or forgotten on a notepad. The maintenance feature I use heavily, every day. And essentially, if I get a phone call for a request in the field for a hose or a tire or something like that, then I'll type it in immediately, and then it goes into queue. Sometimes I'll dispatch a mechanic immediately to go take care of it. Then I can close it out once they give me the confirmation that it's completed.
The maintenance request, and also we have it set up for equipment to be that alerts us to when equipment needs to be serviced. Used to, we just guessed. We guessed the best we could because we did it by getting hours from the field manually, and sometimes we got those hours, sometimes we didn't. It wasn't a priority. Now we automatically know. It alerts management about when things need to be serviced, and if the icon is still there and it's not serviced, then I call our mechanics and say, why haven't you serviced this? So it has really worked well. I will just tell you, Tenna is worth buying because we are getting things from a Tenna that we never got from anything else. It makes everyone accountable because when a maintenance request comes in, like I said, I see it, our mechanic manager sees it, project managers see it, and even the president of the company sees it. So if they're not handled in a timely manner, we know that. We know that that piece of equipment was not taken care of. Now, obviously, you have to prioritize what's important and what's not. But as far as making everyone accountable, we now have to actually go and make sure that we show in Tenna where it has been taken care of and when it was taken care of. Otherwise, it stays there until they act on it. So in that, we're able to see what's being taken care of. The maintenance is being done timely. The equipment request is taken care of timely. The equipment moves are being done timely. So again, without making a lot of phone calls, we're able to see that through Tenna exclusively now. We're actually up to date on all of our maintenance. See, that would never have happened before. I'm just telling you. Because see, everyone is aware that we're watching. The people that are looking are watching. And used to, that maintenance may or may not have happened. But now we know when maintenance is due, and the mechanics know that we're watching, and they get it done in a very timely manner now. And I think in the long run that our equipment is taken care of much better, and we have fewer equipment breakdowns, and we catch things sooner than we used to. And sometimes you're not able to put a number to that because it's unknown, right? Things are not breaking down as much, so you don't know really what the true cost is because we're maintaining our equipment so much better. I was going to give you an example of that, but we are up to date on all of our maintenance, so I can't, which is a good thing. I know that that in itself is going to manifest itself in cost savings on our equipment, not breaking down as much because we're servicing it in a timely manner, and it's just, you can't help but not save us money.
They can tell me what's wrong right here, put the pictures on it. I don't have to get a phone call. Oh, well, it's this. Well, which arm is it? Well, it's not working right. What do you mean it's not working right? Then you got to go out there, oh, that's all this was, done. Whereas opposed to here, I can find out right away. They can take pictures of it, they can download whatever they need, they can type in or they can talk to it, and I know what it is before I get to the site. So it saves me the time of having to get there, find out what's wrong, come back, get parts, and then go back and fix it. I can show up with the parts, and so it works a lot quicker. And it helps being able to keep up with the hours, I keep up with the logs, so once we do a service on it, it's already logged in, then I know when it pops up the next time, okay, this one's gonna be due in another 16 hours, so it'll probably be due by Friday. I've already got the filters and everything ready, so when I get out there, I'm already working on a different piece of equipment, I knock that one out as well. So it saved me the extra drive time, as opposed to going out working on one machine, oh, now this one's done 2 days later, I've already got it with me. So it helps out tremendously with that. Every piece of equipment that we have is right here. So if somebody says, we had this last week, he said his backhoe was having an issue. I pulled it up, well, he had written it up with the wrong unit number. His asset was one number off from what he wrote up. He just didn't realize he clicked the wrong one. So I verified with him, hey, it says this machine's at this location. Are you sure it's this one? He's like, oh no, I'm sorry, it was the other one. So something like that helps because I go out and I'm working on the wrong machine. With something like this, it gives it to you right away. You know exactly what the issue is, you know exactly which machine it is, and it saves us a lot of time. I can do 2 clicks and I can get all my pending maintenance requests that I have. Instead of going here, going here, going here, once you realize how to use it, it makes it so much faster. And anytime somebody has a question, I can pull it right up and I can give them an answer within a minute. My most used feature would be the maintenance feature, because that's obviously what I'm here to do. And that helps me know when the ones that are coming up, which ones are already there, and how to prioritize. Okay, well, this is just an oil change. This one is down because of a broken hydraulic line, or a shifter's not working properly, or it's not going into neutral, they can't start. Something like that is more important. So this allows me to prioritize on getting stuff done throughout the day and the week.
They have the ability to put in maintenance, and that's huge for us. That has always been a pen and paper or phone call and things get lost in the shuffle, and now we have the ability to scan. We can take a picture and submit it, and instantly the mechanic has it and he can schedule it right away. It's been phenomenal. The ability to submit maintenance requests on the fly, on the roof. I can submit a maintenance request from the rooftop and have a piece of machinery tagged and brought in is irreplaceable as far as value.
I love being able to set intervals for preventative maintenance, which greatly helps our mechanics take care of services for our equipment so we can keep it in good running condition and not let it get too much wear and tear.